Hello. Just two more to go. I won't be too long. RRI in Ireland is at a particular important point in the conversation, so which could emerge as a promising practice of RRI or something completely different. And we're not the ones, Science Gallery Dublin, who have complete control over this. So we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the situation and give a kind of snapshot about Ireland at the moment, and then also talk a little bit about some of the practices that we either do in the Science Gallery, because like someone else said in the previous sessions, we should all be practicing what we're preaching, and then also ones that we've come across or known about. Oh, yes, that's not. So just in case anyone didn't know, Science Gallery is a place where science and art comes together. The target for our audience is 15 to 25-year-olds. Oh, that skipped ahead. So this is a picture from a module that we teach in Science Gallery as part of Trinity College broad curriculum offering, which is called the Ideas Translation Lab. It's not a new thing that we've been doing, but we want to align it more with what we've learned from RRI and kind of take that into it. So this was 2015's class. What it is an opportunity for humanities students, art students, and science students to come together while they're undergrads and work for 12 weeks on something completely new. The theme for 2015 is Future Farm, and that's also the theme for 2016. So from the learnings of 2015, we can really pop them into 2016 very easily. Sorry, also popping on the mic. Yeah, so what we want to do is bring in RRI lecturers to this realm, and also collect information from the students themselves, because although this is going to be the sixth one that's coming up in 2016, we haven't actually involved the students in creating the course themselves, so we hope to do that with this bunch. And then why this is a practice of RRI, I think, is very obvious, besides the grand societal challenge that it's addressing with future farming and food supplies and sustainability. There's also the process of collaboration and early collaboration as early as possible. And that's something that in Ireland in general, we are seeing more of, I believe. At the moment, we offer over 900 courses to a student who's about to enter third level, which is overwhelming and unnecessary. So there's been some great initiatives in Maynooth to control that and make more broad learning offered instead at such a young age, and then specialize later, not to specialize when you're 21 or 20, which is the age of most people going into college. So streamlining that. Open access and data. Well, we're quite good at open access, again, I believe. So SFI, the National Funding Agency for Research in Ireland, and the EPA, and all the colleges have signed a practice to have open access. The thing that they're lacking is open data, and that's something that hasn't been a conversation that hasn't even been started really in Ireland. We haven't talked about the societal impacts that sharing data can have. So that's something that we want to facilitate in the gallery, but not produce ourselves, because we are not the experts in that. And I think, again, for RRI, we need to recognize where we're not the experts and be able to facilitate those who are. So Kildare Street, which is a website which aims to make it easy for people to keep up to date with lawmaking and representations in government. We're in consultation with them about having them come in and explain to the general public what it is that's important about having open data. And then in relation to open access, we need our colleges to become more accessible to everybody. So there's different initiatives in each college. And I can speak from experience, because I wouldn't have gone to college without those people who work there, that they are vastly important and probably undermined. The Trinity Access Programme has been working since 1993, and instead of just addressing those who might not be able to make it in college financially, they go to primary level students as well, and start introducing the idea that you can go to college from a very, very early age. And peer-to-peer learning as well, to get that to spread further, that they're not going to be exceptional by doing this, it just should be offered to them. And then this is the really important thing that's happening at the moment, is a conversation about who decides the scientific research future in Ireland. The answer should be obvious, that it should be everybody, but that doesn't really seem to be the case. So this is a letter. Apologies that it's not bigger. Yes, this letter was signed by over 1,000 science researchers, both at home and from abroad, to ask the government to change their prioritization of science and to involve them in it. So in March this year, the Minister for Jobs in Ireland opened a consultation process to have people address what they were going to do to scientific funding, which was in Ireland to make it go into 14 narrow areas, which basically omitted basic research with no mentions of astrophysics and neuroscience. And then this research strategy would be implemented then later this year for 5 to 6 years. And I think what the government was planning on doing is not an example of RRI, and I think we can all see that very easily. And the reason why I'm talking about it is because I think it's amazing that over 1,000 scientists have come together in a very short period of time and signed this letter. And it should be noted that they're from all across the disciplines and they're engaging on this together. But if they were engaging on it together, that would not be enough. Obviously, it played out in the public sphere a little bit too, and it got a conversation going that's still going now, and hopefully it will end in everybody being able to decide the future. And then gender equality, just as someone mentioned from the experimentarium, I think earlier, gender equality is a policy. It should not be something nice that we do and we include. There should be rules about it. And I think we need to recognize how much we've done in a short period of time. So only 100 years ago we started having females be able to come to third level in Ireland. And now we have more of a representation of females undergraduates over the whole of every single course in Ireland. So that's great, and we applaud ourselves for that. So I think it's 67% of undergraduates are females. But when you go up higher in the scheme, that's where things look a little bit scary. So only 21% of professors and associate professors in Irish universities are females. And it gets even smaller and smaller with no head of college being a female in Ireland at the moment. And that's something that we need to change. So it's recognizing that it has to go all the way up. So like RRI, bottom to all the way to the top. I think I'm racing through this, I'm so sorry. I don't want to go over at all. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going very slow. 2 minutes. And then lastly, I just wanted to talk a little bit about a redesign in the education system for junior cert studies. So people who, from 12 to 15 when they're in secondary schools, they're going to implement a new science curriculum, which is going to go away from teaching to the exam to informal learning and discovery learning, which is something that we're very excited about and we've been a part of for a little bit. So we're going to be offering teachings from our experience to the teachers who are going to be implementing this. And the only worry, because this, again, it is a great example of RRI, but that it doesn't stop there and that it's adapted into the Leaving Cert and then into college again. Yes, so thank you.